Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host. Look, you came to my town, you gave all these speeches talking about doing the right thing. Here I am, trying to do the right thing. What are you doing? Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. And today we have another installment in Joe Revisit series with the 1997 film Copland. I love this film. It is amazing. If you have not seen it, please, please, please stop this and watch it. It is great, especially as a first time watch, but also it's one of those ones that I can come back to again and again and just enjoy it every single time. It's got a killer cast. Robert De Niro is in this, so it's going to continue the trend of Robert De Niro films for our revisit series for a good while. But also Stallone, Ray Liotta, Harvey Keitel, Robert Patrick is in this. It's got a ton of really good actors. James Mangold is a genius. It's one of his best films. So what it is it's a modern urban western. It deals with some pretty heavy issues in the background, but front and center it's an action movie, but again it falls under that category of what I like to call intelligent action films. There's a lot going on. It demands a lot of the audience. You got to pay attention, especially on a first time watch. But if you do so, it's really, really cool. But yeah, I don't want to get too much into it because I could talk about this movie for hours and it's best just to get right to it. But as always, please remember to blank, blank, and blank. Channel's doing really well. We should be over 3,000 at this point, I'm pretty sure. If things go as I expect them to, and they usually do. Still need to catch up on watch hours, but that will come with time. I have a Blue Sky social account. You can give me a follow over there, Joe Consume Cinema. And I have something big in the works that you may or may not be aware of by the time this video is up. It's going to depend on the timing of it, but it should be pretty cool. Nice progression for the channel. I think I've talked about this enough, so let's just get right to the movie.
Back in the 70s, every cop wanted out of the city. But the only cops allowed to live outside New York were transit cops. So these guys I knew at the 3-7, they started pulling overtime at subway stations and got the city to declare them auxiliary transit cops. They made themselves a place where the shit couldn't touch them. That's what they thought, anyway. For the 3-7, it was the Four Aces. They hired this local hero to be their sheriff. A wannabe who couldn't get on the force on account of his bad ear.
Oh, he drops this box off at her place, right?
They call you guys, call Bomb
Right.
Squad.
We go in there, on scene, and we can't see anything in there.
Right. Hey.
I gotta go home, baby.
All right, wait, I'm just waiting on the call, okay?
All right, tonight, huh, Freddie?
Everyone's at that bachelor party across the river.
If you're a big fan of The Sopranos, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces in this movie. So he's been drinking, he just got done with a bachelor party, and then this happens to him.
Pull over, NYPD, pull over! No! Bang, bang!
But then, tire blows.
Traffic incident? Bullshit. These guys were shot like 6 times.
Hey, just shut up, do your fucking job!
I'm on the bridge.
Is Babbage dead?
Yeah, I see him.
Take care of it.
Come on, what are you gonna
I
do?
swear to God, he took a shot at me. I'm telling you, Tony didn't even get the grand jury for shit like this.
Fuck the GJ, you're Superboy, huh?
There's no gun.
You didn't see it, Jack? You can't find it?
Like,
I
in my
heard a
trunk
shot.
in the Grand
I saw a
Union
gun.
bag.
I heard a shot, Leo. Listen,
The
I
kid
heard...
had a steering wheel lock in his hand. Your tire blew. You fucked up. Without me, kid, those stiffs will put you in a room where you will fuck your uncle and everything he's built.
Hey, Leo.
Flat Van's gonna be here in a minute and I haven't done shit.
Ray, we don't have to do this.
Calm down.
Fuck, Ray. Ooh, baby. Hey, we got it. We got it.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
I found their piece.
Found that piece.
Oh, Jesus.
That wasn't in there.
What do you mean it wasn't his? It's underneath the floor, man.
Bullshit, man. You can't do that. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, fuck you! Hey, fuck you! Put it down! I told you you don't have to do it like this, Ray. Take my fucking shield away from me.
Shoot me.
Put it down, Chico!
Chico, this motherfucker.
Shout out to the EMS agent for having actual integrity.
Oh my God, Leo! Leo, he jumped! Oh my God! Jumped!
Somebody shine a light down there.
Got a man over the fucking GW.
Serious action very quickly. Right off the bat, you see hints of corruption, a willingness to plant evidence. There's something going on here.
There's no way that guy jumped, man. There's no fucking
He doesn't tell us what we want to know, he's going to lose his job. What is the matter with you?
Okay, all due respect, Lieutenant, but I think
Now,
he was
you
really
be
saying
quiet.
that-
You be
I
quiet. Shut up. If you don't mind my French. Want to save your ass? Start giving us answers. And I'll tell you something we know anyway. So do yourself a favor and stop fucking around.
Robert De Niro is very good at just stealing scenes with his commanding presence.
Murray, get down.
It's Freddie's new girl.
Cover yourself.
You on the job?
No, we're coming from Forest Hills, honey.
If we didn't pull over PD, there wouldn't be any violations in this town.
Well, the problem in this town ain't the people that live here, honey. It's the element that visits.
What happened to you, Freddie?
This fender vanished.
Yeah, Ray has built himself a place here where he's very insulated from it all.
Sorry to hear about your nephew. Yeah, he was a good kid. See you around. Fucking rat.
Buck Tilden shows up here with that grin. Freddie's new girl pulls us over. I mean, someone's talking. I say it's Figs. Got some loose ends.
Someone's been dumping garbage. Garbage bags.
Is that them?
Just one of them.
Well, it's just that I found your phone bill in a black garbage bag down the street.
What if I said I didn't know where it came from?
I'd take your word for it, Rose.
Tell Joey that he should come and talk to me if he thinks I got no right. Tell Joey Randone if he does not like my garbage, well then he should stop soiling my sheets. You gonna tell Ray about this?
That's one way to find out about an affair.
Somebody's been dumping garbage.
Oh, a felony.
They constantly belittle him. It's a reoccurring theme throughout the movie.
We are looking into it. There may have been some irregularity on the bridge, but as I've said, we are looking into it.
Diagonal rule. Red light, don't fight, you make a right. It's more important than the golden rule. Superboy knew that, he'd still be alive, Freddie.
Listen, Joey, there's something we should probably talk about if we've got some time.
What? Well, it's just something we should, if you have a few minutes.
Pretty boy Joey, betting against the Bulls.
At least I'm not the one sniffing my money away.
You saved this girl's life, right? From risking yourself, from saving her sorry ass, you go deaf as a result.
In one ear.
In one ear. Then you have to watch as this girl you saved, this beauty queen, marries this cocksucker. What is this, Omerta? Huh? Listen, if IA's gonna fucking hang me by the balls, it ain't gonna be over some fucking missing evidence.
Hey, you bought that big old house. Maybe you're trying to get out from under.
Hey, Jack.
What the fuck's up your ass? You getting by without gravy, any of you? Listen to me, I was putting out raised fires when you were still sucking on your mama's titty, so just back the fuck off.
Better, why don't you get the fuck out?
Fuck you, you fucking child. Just back the fuck off.
Yeah, well, at least I'm not shacking with no reeking whore. You're supposed to fuck him, Gary, not open up a methadone clinic.
Hey, Fitzy, that's too much now. Hey.
You got a problem with me helping a girl in trouble? Huh?
No, you
Huh?
fucking humanitarian!
Look at Tony. You see him? That was my fucking partner. That was a cop.
Enough! Let go of him, Figsy.
Don't shut me out, Ray. You found us a sweet little town. You got us the low interest, and I'm grateful. But don't forget who it was that you came to 2 years ago to cover your ass.
Get him out of here, Freddie!
It's not my fault that you can't look at him. You sit in this chair with your back to him. You want it to go away, but I'm still here. In for a penny, in for a pound.
Great acting. So a bunch of shit has just been laid down. He mentioned Omerta. He mentioned putting out raised fires. Something involving his partner from way back when that Ray does not want discussed out loud. There's a lot going on.
Mind if we check up on Liz?
Yes, I do. I mind. I said I mind, Freddie.
Liz, it's Freddie.
Freddie, does Ray know? Well, your Uncle Freddie is here to rescue you again.
Liz, maybe you and the baby need a place to stay.
He didn't do anything. I hit him with a bottle.
He keeps having this reoccurring dream of the incident that got him to lose hearing in his right ear. It was brave, but he's been paying the price for it ever since.
girlfriend was in the basement.
So where's Figs?
I called him at the precinct. He's on his way.
Very strange. Had that big public argument, then all of a sudden his house gets burned down.
Oh my God. Fucker's getting payback.
Who is?
Ray, who do you think?
Then he said it wasn't suspicious. He said it was electrical.
Lift us above the shadow and sadness of mortality into the light of thy presence.
Burying a suit.
I didn't know they allowed classical music in Jersey.
Who's this?
Toy Torillo. You heard of him?
Oh, yes.
It's like you're the sheriff of Copland. My jurisdiction ends, in a sense, at the George Washington Bridge. But half the men I watch live beyond that bridge.
We try to do a good job with what we have.
With a staff of 3? No, Sheriff. What you got here is a town that scares the shit out of certain people.
Yeah.
You know, you raise your family somewhere decent. I guess that's a crime now.
He's got his head in the sand.
We buried a suit today. That doesn't bother you?
We jumped up to GWB.
Yeah, but his body never hit the water. What does? Did I investigate cops? You may be law enforcement, and so am I, but you are not a cop. Babbage isn't dead. You know that, and I know that. Ray got him off that bridge alive before he could talk. But he wasn't so lucky the last time when the shit hit the fan with Tunney. That boy he took care of later. There isn't much here for you to do, to keep your mind busy. I see a man who's waiting for something to do. And here I am, Sheriff. I got something for you to do.
Great line. Pretty epic monologue.
The mayor's gonna suspend this case. I'm making it happen tomorrow. But sooner or later, Ray, they gotta find the body in that river.
It's my sister-in-law's kid.
Didn't you say he was adopted?
Ice cold.
This is a pretty big thing you're having here. The day after. I mean, how do you think this...
Freddie, what are you talking about?
This guy came to see me yesterday, this Mo Tilden from IA.
That guy's had a hard-on for me for years. It's a personal thing.
I told him he's dead, Ray. I told him he's wrong about you, but I'm the sheriff. I mean, I'm supposed to know what's going on. I can't go.
Freddie.
Ray.
Freddie.
I can't go.
Go home.
Yeah, they treat him like a child.
We could do this tomorrow or something. I'm really tired, Ray. Where's Joey?
He's working tonight, kid.
That's not that bad, Jack.
Yeah, it is, Murray.
They have to do him this way because of the incident with the bridge.
What the fuck is going on here? What is this? What are you doing? Rocco, what are you doing? You said PDA was gonna set him up with a new life.
You think I'm all that, Joey?
Put your files in there. We're done. No. We were shut down by the mayor. Here. Put your files in.
What's going on?
Case is closed. Give me the Garrison files. Give me the Garrison files. Give me it all.
All right.
Give me it all. Is that more? Case is fucking closed. Closed. Finished. Over. Go to lunch. Case is closed. Everybody, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. The case is fucking closed.
Are you gonna help us or not?
Help you help what? Help Ray here find them? Help Ray finish cleaning up his goddamn pool with the guy's head? Is that it? Or is this about something a little more personal?
Dangerous man to cross.
Where were you that night, Jack?
I had nothing to do with it. That would be retribution. And that'll lead to God Almighty. I'm Gandhi.
If I saw Liz drowning in the water, I wouldn't go in. I'd stand there and I'd think about it.
So you want to sit around your whole life wishing you were on the force?
You want to bring the fucker in? Let him spill.
Everybody confronts Ray directly, and it always ends up bad. Yes, this is Method Man right here. Yeah, he thinks help is coming, so that's why he fights again.
Boy's in trouble, Ray.
Ray, let's just bring the fucking thing down.
One less problem for Ray.
And we commit his body to the ground. The Lord make his face to shine upon him and be gracious unto him.
Yeah, it has a completely different feel now that he knows more about it. Starting to awaken.
Superboy came to see me, Ray. A couple of nights ago. He's convinced you're gonna kill him.
He's a mixed up kid. So are you. And these men, to make a living, they cross that bridge every day to a place where everything is upside down. The only thing they did was to get their families out.
So they justify it to themselves. It's okay to be on the take. It's okay to allow the mob to operate as long as they can live a normal life.
I look at this town, and I don't like what I see anymore.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm sorry for rushing in like this, but you were right. They tried to kill him like you said, but he got away. Now he's running through the woods. He's like a scared animal. He's scared
You know
to
what?
death.
That
We gotta do
motherfucker
something.
should be scared. His uncle got this case closed with one phone call.
Look, I'm sorry it took so long for me to come around. I couldn't see the truth. Like you said, the evidence, my loyalties, they were confused.
They never give you any napkins in this place. What am I supposed to use?
I can't watch this scene and not get hungry.
To my town with all these speeches, and you're talking to me about doing the right thing, and I'm doing the right thing. What's going on? What are you doing?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. What about Babbage?
What about him? Fuck him.
What about Joey Rendon?
He fell off a building. Did you read the papers? I'm really sorry to have awoken you from your slumber, but it's over. You shut me down.
No, listen to me. You're IA. That's why I came to you. You can do whatever you want. Remember you came to me and said, you want to be a cop? I need to do this for
Listen to me, you
myself.
deaf fuck. I offered you a chance when we could have done something. I offered you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it. You blew it.
You people are all the same. That cupcake makes a mess. We got a case again.
Call Stallone a cupcake. I love it. Give that man an Oscar. So Freddy is fully awoken now.
Mob runs millions in drugs as their precinct, and everybody gets a nice house. Figs is right. The mob owns this town. I know this guy.
That's how Ray got to Tunney.
They took care of Tunney when he was going to talk. Then they try to kill Superboy. Then they burn down Figsy's house when they think he might talk.
Hey, Freddy. You a cop too? Enjoy your trip to the big city?
Yeah, they know.
You gotta hit the next 5 to win.
And he just deads it.
What are you gonna do, Freddy? Huh? You're gonna arrest the whole town? We made your sorry ass. You could tell us where Superboy is.
I knew where he was. He'd be in the city already.
You're gonna be hurting, Freddy. You're not gonna know when, you're not gonna know where. You're gonna be hurting. You mark my words.
They're tired of the subtle route. Figs got his check.
Use your privacy, Freddy.
Yeah, that's the knapsack that the girl at the beginning of the movie gave him. And he saw some compound on it. That's what he was scratching on.
Look all you want, Freddy. You're not gonna find anything.
That lady cop from the bomb squad got you the stuff to do this with, didn't she? You didn't know Monica was gonna be here, did you, Figs?
No.
You figs are the bullshit.
Smart and fucking up.
You even turned your back on Tunney when he needed your help. Figs, I'm gonna find Superboy and I'm gonna bring him in.
I got a chance to start my life again. I don't give a shit about this town, and I don't give a shit about your fucking justice. Being right is not a bulletproof vest, Freddy.
I don't know where he is. What the hell would I tell you if I did?
Rose, I'm his only chance.
Just stashed in the water tower all this time. Conscience getting to him.
Shut the fuck up, would you please? Fuck!
Getting him to the city is near impossible.
Oh, shit. Get out! Get out, Freddy! Is this a good one, right?
They blew out his one good ear. So I love this part because he shot and pumped at the same time, so he jammed it by doing that, and it actually shows in the fight. He's a good shot. It's very realistic. We have the sheriff showdown, but it's done very well. Nice. Took it right in the shoulder. Figs. Got him. This has got to feel so good. I love this part.
I can't hear you, Ray.
Please move. Holy shit. Ruben, take him. Hey, it's all right.
They blew out his ear.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Come on, Freddy.
Yeah, look at their faces. They all know what's about to happen.
So Gary Figgis copped a plea. Gave up the connection between Ray, the PDA, and the mob. There were a shitload of indictments. But what they don't know, he figured out. No one is above the law.
I love that ending.
Bizarre twist. Murray, Superboy Babbage, sits alive and well in a holding cell at
Sheriff
Police
Fred
Plaza.
Heflin apprehended Babbage single-handedly.
Reports from doctors here that he will be recovering the hearing in his good ears.
Also, that shot of the Twin Towers, man.
Mob boss Toy Torrillo has been indicted on 4 counts of racketeering.
Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts. So that was Copland. Amazing revisit. Love it every time. Loved it this time. No surprise. James Mangold is a genius. You know, that is how you write a story right there. My God. Behind the scenes, kind of, it deals with these big issues, police corruption, also white flight during the 70s, as white people in the city were trying to leave the cities in order to get away from the urbanization, the black and brown element in the city. So you have this situation where these cops wanted to do that, essentially. The means that they sought to use to achieve that end were bending the law initially, you know, kind of looking the other way in certain circumstances in order to kind of gain this foothold across the bridge in New Jersey, right? Garrison, New Jersey. And I'm sure it started out small. I'm sure they go through a bunch of rationalizations. It's going to get sold anyway, you know, the drugs and that kind of stuff. As long as I don't have to deal with it at home, it's worth it. And, you know, it starts off small and then it just gradually escalates. The first incident where Tunney got himself in trouble for using an illegal chokehold, he's going to go down for that. So he's like, well, I have something that'll get me off the hook. And that's the first problem that Ray has to eliminate. He does so. Yeah, it escalates to murder and it just goes from there. So they did it before, and then this incident with Superboy happened again, and that was their plan. It's a modern urban western, right? And it's just really, really well done. I was always a really big fan of westerns when I was a kid, so to see a movie like this and take the essential trope, right, like of the good guy sheriff who stands up to the bad guys, and the movie ends with a shootout where the sheriff comes out on top, right? That's what happens here. But it's just adapted so well into a modern environment. It feels perfect. I love how this movie forces the audience to pay attention, otherwise they lose really important details early on, and then they pay for it later on in the movie. If you're a lazy viewer, you'll go into this like not knowing what's going on for the first half. Like, what is happening? But then it kind of clicks, like halfway point. You can pick up on the little things here and there early on. I love how there are no wasted details. You know, it starts with that scene in the bar where Figs is talking to that female cop, and it comes back. That's not just there to be there. It had a purpose. And Figs, you know, had enough with Ray and wanted out, but he had this big mortgage still, so he needed to get out from under it. So he came up with this cockamamie plan to firebomb his house and get him the insurance check, and he can finally get out of the city because he hates Ray's influence. It's made him worse as a cop. It makes everyone worse. They just hide behind the veneer of nice, quiet town. It isn't that. It's far from it. One of the things that I love about this movie is it uses one of my favorite tropes. Stallone plays this unassuming character that everybody underestimates, and it happens, you know, multiple times throughout the movie. The quote-unquote real cops constantly shit on him and belittle him, you know, because he's not a real cop. He's just a sheriff that they, you know, kind of like the town's mascot almost. I'm going to get some flack for this, but I actually think that this is Stallone's best acting job. In fact, I think this is one of the few movies where he actually gets to act. And I know some people are going to take, you know, offense to that, but it really is how I feel about it. I love the fact that it's not his typical role. He plays an out-of-shape, overweight sheriff. He's unsure of himself. He's been kind of lulled into this sleep. Mo Tilden, Robert De Niro's character, gets him to, actually see for the first time, and it takes him a while to come around, right? But then when he finally does, it leads to that great scene where he goes to Mo Tilden's office, saying, I finally understand, like, I want to do something, and it's like, it's too late, I got shut down, and it leads to that great moment. But then Mo Tilden knows that if the sheriff screws things up, it'll create enough of a mess for his case to get going again, and sure enough, that's exactly what happens. Again, it falls into that type of movie that I call intelligent action. Yes, it is a Stallone flick where he ends up shooting the bad guys, but how you get there is very important. Comparing this movie to, say, like a Rambo or any of his other movies, really, you see some key differences. It actually takes its time and tells an actual story, which I personally love. Film also has perfect pacing, never bored throughout. Very consistent pace, so if you're on a first watch and you're really paying attention, you figure out what's going on pretty quickly. It's got a killer cast, It's known somewhat as a Stallone movie, but honestly, if you go by just who has the best performance, it's Robert De Niro. So that's kind of why I chose this one in particular, since, I'm on this Robert De Niro revisit kick, and I'm going to be on it for a while. I've warned you guys, it's going to go on for a while. But yeah, just every time he's on screen, he steals the scene. It's not that anyone does a bad job, it's just how good he is, his commanding presence every time he's on screen. Also, really good job by Ray Liotta. Bit of sad commentary on his life, but this is kind of the role he does best in, and it's kind of because he doesn't have to act, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he's great in this as Figs. Comes in clutch, saves the day. Freddy would have been done for if it wasn't for Figs. I also really liked Harvey Keitel as Ray. Just a great villain. Very, very good actor. Doesn't get enough praise in my opinion. Robert Patrick was also great. Another villain. Has some cool lines too, like the incident in the bathroom where he's talking about, I ain't have nothing to do with it. Retribution will bring down the almighty. Me, I'm Gandhi. That whole thing, it's always funny watching that part because it's like watching the T-1000 deliver that line and you don't mean any of that. It's rare to get a cast of this caliber to do a movie, especially for James Mangold was a first-time film director, I'm pretty sure, with this film. I think they all just fell in love with the script and were like, okay, I need to be a part of this movie. I don't care what they pay me, just get me in here, I'll do it. It's one of those movies that comes along once in a generation and just damn good. I really, really enjoy it. And it deals with some pretty heavy issues like the white flight, discussion of racism, also just police corruption, and something you may not know, but this film was initially not that popular when it first came out, and over time it's kind of gained more of a cult following later on. And that's kind of because in the 90s they were very unsympathetic to this whole idea of, maybe the cops really aren't the good guys in every scenario, and a little bit more nuanced perspective. One of the cool things about a good movie is you can't keep it down forever. That's kind of the story of this movie, is initially it was not that successful. Over time, you can't watch this and be like, well, that was okay. It's really hit or miss, and it's one that always hits, at least in my experience. That's pretty much all I got. Awesome revisit. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.